All right, everybody, what is going on? Good morning. We've got more corners to look at today, and we are now into the round 5 range. So basically, midday 3. I know we're getting down to kind of the bottom here, but still some interesting guys like Charles Demmings of Stephen F. Austin University. That's right, Stephen F. Austin University. Calling them a smaller school doesn't even seem to really do it justice. This is one of the super small school guys that ends up drawing interest during draft season because number one, they play well, and number two, they test well. And Demmings, look, he's got NFL caliber size. He's 6'1, 193. Arms are pretty long, 32 inches. Big hands. Ran a legit 40. Monster vert, monster broad, so very explosive. About the only thing he didn't have was the 10-yard split, which was about average, but that's not the end of the world for a guy who's got decent size. And you can see multiple big boards have him as a 4th-round pick. The aggregate has him as an early 5th-rounder. I have 1 year of numbers on him from ESPN. They didn't have his previous years there, but you can see there's good production here. Not a lot of tackles, but 4 interceptions, 5 passes defensed, allowed 246 yards on 37 targets. I mean, I know it's hard to correlate that to the NFL, but the numbers are pretty good. So the combine proved that he's an NFL-worthy player. There's a lot of takeaways in his career. I couldn't find any official numbers for his previous seasons, but my understanding is that Demmings was a takeaway artist even in previous years. He doesn't get beat deep without giving himself a shot at the ball. He stays in flow. He stays in phase. He's an excellent press corner as well. He's really good at press. He's also got the movement skills to handle man coverage, and he is good at the catch point. He is very physical and disruptive when the ball's coming down. Now, some downsides, he's not very cerebral yet. He doesn't read routes with the way you would like. His click and close has a hitch in it. It's a little bit delayed. He's not a very good tackler, and he's a little bit lackadaisical in how he tries to come up and run support. It is a very small school. I mean, so much so you can't even really find much tape on him, and it's hard to really know what to say about him because you're going off of mostly just secondhand information, and he's not that strong, which makes you worried that he's not going to be able to press that well at the next level. But this guy's such a good athlete. I it's hard to not be intrigued here. In this draft, I'm taking a risk here. I'm doing a 4th-round pick here if I need a player like this. And I don't know if McDonald does, but in a vacuum, I think this guy in this draft, 4th. Next up is Hezekiah Masses. Quite a name here, California corner. Pretty good size. Lean, though. He's very lean. Arm length is okay. Very, very small hands, but mainly the characteristic here is he's lean. Didn't run the best 40 or 10-yard split. I mean, for a guy who's this lean, you would want to do better. Broad jump was also pretty sad. Mostly aggregates and big boards put him in about the 5th, maybe the 6th. And you can see that the numbers are very good. He's got 6 interceptions, including 5 last year over the last 2 years. 13 passes defensed in 2025. About 50% completion over the last 2 years. Allowed like 6 yards per target. Solid, effective. So the positives with Masses, he's a great anticipator of routes. He's got a great quick break on the ball. He's got effective press jabs to slow down receivers, so he's good in press. And he's got enough length to where he might be able to do it at the NFL level at least. The ball production in 2025 was off the charts. He mostly kept up on downfield routes. He's not that fast or anything, but he's able to stay in phase, is what they call it. And he's also somebody who can monitor the quarterback and the receivers at the same time without getting too distracted by one or the other. So he's able to monitor the whole play. Now, he's not a good tackler right now, and the only way he's going to become a better one is if he adds weight. 179 is not going to cut it. And if he adds weight, he might become even slower and less athletic than he already is, which is going to be a big problem. He has segmented hips, So they don't flip very well. They don't transition well, which is a big problem. He commits too many penalties, and some of the penalties that he gets away with are going to be penalties he doesn't get away with at the next level. He can get baited into biting on double moves and fakes, so he is somebody that will fall for it and get beat because of it. So the production in 2025 really jumps off the page here. I think he'll be a good zone corner. The problem is, I don't think he's ever going to be a good tackler. This strikes me as a guy who that's going to be a problem for him his whole career. And while I don't want to completely rule anything out, I think that in a Mike McDonald defense, you do need to bring that to the table. So late 5th round is about all I can say here. I think that would be okay. He does bring enough to the table for that. But I can't be spending a higher pick than that on somebody who I think is going to have a liability there when I know what this defense wants. All right, final guy for this video, another Washington Husky here. We talked about Davis earlier. Now we've got Prysock. Quite a name here, Ephesians Prysock. So 23, another big dude, one of the tallest corners in this draft, almost 6'3.5", almost 200 pounds, very long arms, big hands, and he tested decently. For a guy his size, he's actually pretty quick, and he's got decent explosiveness. This may not look amazing, but for a guy his size, you can live with that. Big boards, we got a 4th, we got some 5ths, we've got a 7th. Aggregate puts him in the 5th. So 1 interception the last year, but 13 passes defense combined over the last 2 years. Coverage numbers, 73 targets, 351 yards. That's actually very good. We're talking about less than 5 yards per target, and the previous year, it was about 8, so big improvement. And he actually had a way better PFF grade than Tacario Davis, for whatever that's worth. So the positives with Prysock, great in zone when he's allowed to have the play in front of him and watch it. He's really good at reading stuff and getting in the right position. He's got smooth hips. His hips flip around very smoothly so he can change direction and chase things around in unpredictable manners. He's very savvy and cerebral in how he approaches defending the run, constantly in the right position. This size and length speaks for itself, and he's going to be very good in press. And there's no doubt he's going to be able to press with arms this long. Now, for a guy this physically talented, and he is quite talented, a guy this size with this athleticism is very good. He was never as productive as you would have expected. And he's not actually a good tackler yet. He should be a good one. He probably will be a good one, but right now, he's not really a good tackler. His ball skills prevent interception opportunities. He'll make plays on the ball, but because he doesn't get his head around fast enough or because he doesn't position himself right, he blows interception opportunities. Penalty magnet, draws a lot of penalties, and he's not quick enough when put into off-man situations. He needs to play in press. So he's fun. I think some team is going to be pretty happy with him, but there are some issues here. The tackling's a problem. I think that'll get better. I think this guy should be a good tackler, and he will be. But he's a little bit passive in coverage, which is disappointing. I'd go late 4th round, though. I'd say that there's enough here to feel like if I can improve this, I've got something. But just be prepared for that improvement being needed. All right. I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Everybody have a good rest of your day. A couple more corner videos coming, and then we're moving on to other positions.